Hi, this is Bethanne Patrick from Publishers Weekly's Book Maven blog, and today I'm talking with William Shatner. Up Till Now is his new autobiography. Thank you so much for being here, Bill. Appreciate it very much. So, I know the book has several ways of starting, so tell us a little bit about that.
God, series of events opening up. You mean literally how it opens?
Well, you have several different
I
ways.
attempt to find a way of starting the book, and starting an autobiography is you have many choices. Start at the end. Hello, I'm dying, and this is my story. Or I just got born, and here's the way the journey started. So, in a jocular manner, we fooled around with the opening and tried many, and settled on none.
Are there any of them that
Are we doing this as a broadcast, or is this?
No, this is not live.
Oh, okay, so you're taking notes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
I will take some notes, and we will edit accordingly.
Okay.
So, tell me which one of them you think is your favorite at this point. Which one of it's 7 or 8 different ways you had starting.
Well, the whole idea was that you couldn't balance on a favorite. That the favorite didn't occur, and having then suggested several types of openings, and none of them worked. That indeed was the opening. So. That was good fun.
I'm sure it was. And now, what do you think about the closing? It's up till now. You don't have a closing yet.
Correct.
So, what comes next?
This interview.
Excellent.
And as a result, there's much more. There's much more to say, and hopefully I'll have time to say it.
Excellent. Now, what about? There are a couple of things in your past I'd like to ask you about that I know are real favorites of yours. The Intruder. Tell us about that.
Favorites of mine of my past. I turn to that chapter frequently. The Intruder. The Intruder was a movie that I made many years ago. It won several awards and movie festivals and things like that. But it was about the subject matter was the integration of schools, black and white schools, and we were shooting the film in the middle of the Deep South while the schools were being integrated.
Wow.
So it was a fictional account of a true life event, and that true life event had taken place in the very places we were shooting. So our lives were jeopardized many times. We had police protection, and we shot the movie guerrilla style in many cases, where we just appeared, shoot a scene, and drive off before the police could arrive, or somebody worse than the police could arrive.
Is this something that is a long-standing passion of yours, civil rights? I mean, because everybody knows William Shatner, the actor. We think, the Priceline guy, the Boston Public guy, but this is much more serious.
Well, what are you asking me? Whether
this is something
I believe in equal rights?
No, not asking if you believe in it. You obviously do, but asking if this is something that's
civil rights.
Civil rights that you have followed throughout your life, or was this a one-time project?
Well, civil rights are equal rights.
Right.
Yes, I mean, it seems to me to stand to reason that every human being deserves an equal chance, and so that's what we're about, evolving towards that always.
Absolutely. Now, I also wanted to ask if you, in Incubus, you spoke Esperanto.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still speak the language?
No, I didn't speak it then. I spoke it phonetically. I didn't understand a word I was saying, and as a result, when the movie was getting ready for Cannes Film Festival, which is in France, they put the words down below the. What do you call it?
The
what?
Subtitles.
Subtitles. They put the subtitles in Italian, in French. No, in Italian. Why did they do it in Italian? And I didn't read Italian, and so and by this time 6 months had passed by. So I was watching a movie which I no longer understood what it was I said. I had forgotten most of what I had said, because 6 months had passed while I got the movie ready, and I was reading it in a language I didn't understand. So I was in the peculiar position of seeing a movie that was going to be at the Cannes Film Festival and not remembering hardly anything about it, which ranked up there with a year ago, in which I was at the Cannes Film Festival. An animated film I did was being played, and the cast, Bruce Willis and I and a group of other people, were walking up the red stairs with the paparazzi taking pictures about this animated film. And there was a large group of people walking up beside us whom I didn't recognize. And I asked Bruce who they were, and he said they are the French voices, because the film was dubbed into French. And I said, well, since it's an animated film and our faces aren't up there, and this is our voices have been changed by other actors into
Are we still
French,
in the movie?
Why are we here? So the 2 times I was at Cannes, the question of why I was there was paramount in my mind.
Oh, that's funny. Now, what about this book? In writing, was it a great experience? Did you enjoy it? Will you write another one?
Yes, it was a great experience, mostly from the point of view of having laid out these anecdotes, if you will. How do you tell the story of your life other than in anecdotal form, I think. And so these are stories, some of them very, very personal, that I've never related to anybody, but they formed little pools, little reflective pools of knowledge that you'd look into and say, oh, I see, that's what he was doing then, that's what he was doing then. But they are only little reflections. And after I'd laid them all out and saw the first one to the last one and thought, that's my life, and try to then on the second draft try to gather some meaning to it, that second writing of it, that redrafting of the book, was really interesting to now be in a position of trying to find a meaning in your life.
And what did you find?
Well, there's no reason for me to be here, so I'm leaving. What did I find? Well, I found some of the verities are true, all these cliches, but the one that perhaps I came upon for myself was how incidental decisions you make at any point in life, especially earlier in life, resonate through the rest of your life without you having had any consciousness about the decision.
Give me an example, please.
I make a record that is not all that good and is soon forgotten, but some people heard it, so they make another record out of that record, and that's laughed at, but some other people hear it and then want to make another record, so then I make the third record a couple of years ago,
right,
which got great reviews and was an eye-opener in a number of ways for me. So, and I'm talking now about as an actor, a
right,
decision. But those kinds of lifetime decisions that you make to turn left instead of turn right resonate the rest of your life, and you turn left without any consciousness of, I'm making a momentous decision, like having this interview. I mean, I decided to have this interview. As a result, even in some small way, my life is different. But I didn't do it consciously, and
right,
and I'm more aware for myself to make those decisions conscious. And my book perhaps says to people, be conscious of what you're doing, because it follows you.
Well, that's an important message, and so I want to ask you a serious question about that. I know your father had always wanted you to follow on in the family business. And what do you think he would think now, seeing you having written a book and doing this book signing? It seems like it would be a tremendous thing for him.
I think my father would be proud of what I've accomplished. Exactly. He died before much of that could happen, but I'm sure he would be.
Well, one last very frivolous question for you. Do you still talk to Coco the monkey?
Coco the gorilla.
Coco the gorilla.
Coco the gorilla has a 600-word vocabulary, and we recently got in touch with them because the whole Coco thing has taken on a life that it had when it was designed to have a life, but now it's having an afterlife, and Coco's still alive. So we've gotten in touch with the people, and we're in communication with them.
Oh, excellent.
I'd like to go back up there and revisit that.
Well, and the book is Up Till Now, St. Martin's Press. William Shatner has been kind enough to speak with me today, and thank you so much for being with PW.